Hey y'all already know when your girl Kelly J coming through, you know I'm coming through with some info and some tea for you.
Every time I think about the time I wasted, every time I wasted.
My name is Jindy Blunt. I'm an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories, and I sell.
Hey, so my name is Tad. I've got some advice for you really quick, right? So I've been running movie theaters since 1988.
And I'm stripping. No, I'm playing. I'm like, the only thing that's the only
I'm gonna make a song called Just for Jenny.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Kelly J TV with your girl Kelly J. Of course, as y'all can see, I'm definitely in a different area. Figured I'd try something different today, but y'all, like always, for some reason, Mother Nature and Jesus decided to have a conversation and say we're going to let it rain for 40 days and 40 nights. And Lord, Texas has been raining for what seems like 40 days and 40 nights. Can we get an amen, y'all? Amen. But today, y'all, I am so excited about this lady who's coming up to share her journey with us. I got a chance to meet this fabulous woman when I was younger, and I was trying to achieve my high school diploma. And y'all, she was my motivation. Like, y'all, I got in there and I killed it. But I couldn't have done that without her and without all the other teachers who were there who really did help me. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I outdid my class because some people were slacking. They were still working while I had got in there. Woo, 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 woo. But throughout working, being at the school, I did get a chance to really bond with her. We worked with Promo Chicks because she's the founder of it. Yeah, she done so much more outside of just being a teacher of mine and someone who was just in my life when I needed them. She's been someone who's been a good friend to me. And I'm so happy to have her on my show today. And y'all, without further ado, I want my best friend in my head. You know, everybody who come on my show is my best friend in my head because I ain't got no best friends. But I would like for y'all to welcome Miss Nikki Nicole CEO. Hey, love, how are you?
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? How you doing? How are you?
I am good. I told you I'm tired.
We all have our days. Is it either it's gonna be a magic Monday or a manic Monday? So hey,
You know,
I
I'm aiming
understand.
for magic, money, mini.
Motivation manifestation
Yeah.
Monday. Yes.
Or you add all the positives into it and just hope, hey, with all the positives, we're going to get one.
Yes. That's it. That's
So
it.
look, you asked me how am I doing? How are you? Look at you, still caring for me. Want to make sure I'm good. How are you?
I am. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I cannot complain. You know, it's in my nature. So I'm always trying to make sure everybody is taken care of and make sure everybody is good. So
Well, without further ado, I would like for you to I would like to welcome you to Kelly J TV. And I would like for you to tell my followers a little bit about you, just your background, what you do for a living, and how did you get here? Share with us your journey.
ooh, my journey. Well, I'm Nikki Nicole. I am the CEO of the Promo Chicks. We are all female marketing and promotions agency here, located locally in DFW, but we have promoted worldwide. So don't get it twisted. But no, I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, native of Dallas. Graduated from Skyline High School in 1996. I'm telling my age, but yes, 1996, I graduated. And from there, I went on to do a little bit of college, community college, and some trade schools. And from there, I never forget when I think I was about 25. I had single mother with 3 girls, 3 daughters. Didn't have a plan for myself. Didn't know what I was going to do. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I had been to school for cosmetology. I had sold insurance, worked in a call center, just did all types of work. But it wasn't until I started working at the Texas Workforce Commission, which is, some people probably know it as an unemployment office, but it's way more than an unemployment office. But it wasn't until I started working there. I went in there one day because I was on unemployment myself, on welfare and unemployment, and I went in there to do some things, and I saw, people working, and I inquired about, how I could possibly work there, and somebody gave me information to a temporary service. So I called a temp agency, and I got on. Still didn't have a plan, didn't have a clue what I was going to do, didn't even really know what the workforce was. But it wasn't until I got that opportunity that I really found my purpose, which is helping people. I love to help people, and just working there. I'm supposed to work there for 30 days, a 30-day assignment. And my 30-day assignment lasted for 15 years. And that is where I met Miss Jessica Kelly through one of the programs that she came through for young adults. I was working with young adults at the time. And she came through, and we asked her what she wanted to do. And she said she wanted to get a high school diploma. And so, lo and behold, she came in and she got a high school diploma. And when she said she was on top of her game, she was on top of her game. She came and got her high school diploma within 1 month. We had never seen anybody be so determined and tenacious about what their goals were. And she came in and she got it finished. And so, like I said, I knew then that my calling was helping people, because from there I worked my way from the front desk all the way up to management in the company. And I was just very good at what I did out in the community, and I built relationships, and I helped people to become self-sufficient, and I planned lots of job fairs within the city, and just, made lots of connections for myself. And mind you, like I said, I never knew what I wanted to do, never knew what my calling was until I started working there. And everything just flowed. Everything just came so easy to me, and people would just feel comfortable with me, So I knew then that was my calling to just minister and help people. And so from there, I started several businesses, one being the Promo Chicks. Never thinking I would be able to talk in front of people, make business deals, or anything like that, But my opportunities at the workforce and things that I did at the workforce groomed me and helped me to grow into who I am today. And so, yes, I am a CEO of several different businesses. Like I said, Promo Chicks being one of them. Y'all can follow Promo Chicks on every social media platform: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Promo Chicks with no K at the end. Also, I have an organization called Hip Hop for Hope, and Hip Hop for Hope is an organization where me and a group of my friends got together to give back to the community. And so we got a challenge one day. One of my other friends, she had promised some things that she wasn't able to fulfill by herself. And so we had 3 weeks to try to come up with toys for 500 families. And within 3 weeks, we came up with, I don't know, just by the grace of God, we came up with more than enough toys for all of those families. I'm sorry, not 500 families, but 500 we had to come up with 500 toys, but we came up with more than what we needed. We exceeded our goal. And so from there, that was created. The organization Hip Hop for Hope was created. And so we started having 2 events per year. One was called Backpacks for Brainiacs. I'm sorry, which is our annual back to school program where we have all types of community um, organizations come together and partner to give back to the community. So we gave away backpacks with school supplies. We had one organization give away uniforms. Shout out to the Carter's House. We had all types of organizations that wanted to partner with us, and so that particular program, yearly annual programs, grew so big until one day we were looking up and we were getting donations and things of that nature. We were having council people come out to check out what we were doing because they said that event was like the second largest to the mayor's back to school program. And so it really inspired others to, grow and organizations to come together and partner and things of that nature. And it was just up from there.
Hey, well, I will truly say watching you for as long as I've known you has really been something and very inspiring. Let me start by saying that it has been. It's been really, really inspiring. Hold on, we got a comment. Let's see. 1 month and got a diploma. Yes.
Yes.
It was.
They did that in 1 month.
It was.
I'll never forget the graduation. It was totally different from any other graduation that we ever had.
I don't think anybody will forget that. I had ended up going to the so like I got called back to go for the other graduations, and it was a man there. I can't even remember his name, but he said, listen, it was something about the way you screamed and yelled.
I remember that scream. Yes.
I was like, hey, y'all just don't know when you done made it. I was like, I felt what that pastor was saying when you done made it.
That was a groundbreaking moment for you.
It was, and it was,
and to be there to witness that.
It was, no one knew. Like prior to me going, I had caught the shingles. Prior to me finding you guys, probably like about 2 or 3 months before that, I had caught the shingles behind stress because I hadn't had, I completed everything with my schooling. It was just that dang on tax test. And it was one part. And so I caught the shingles. The doctor said I was their youngest case they've ever had. And because most people, you're not supposed to get that till you're like in your 50s and 60s. I was 19, 20 with shingles, and it was behind stress. And I just happened to be scrolling the newspaper one day, the little green sheet, and ran across it, and I found it. So let me tell you, that scream and that yell, baby, that was an accomplishment to make, especially when you started getting clothes. Like you hear so many people say it's hard to find a job because I don't have this. Not having a high school diploma and not being able to find a job because of that is hard. And I got tired of the door getting slammed in my face. I refused to work in a McDonald's. Thankfully, I can truly say, thankful to God, I've never had to work in a McDonald's. My first job was a Fiesta. My second one was a daycare. I've worked at Family Dollar, but that ain't for me either. But once I got my high school diploma, my first job was Citibank. And I was making more money. Look, I made more money than what I was doing working at a daycare. So it was like, y'all didn't know. But it was like as soon as I graduated, I applied at Citibank and got the job. And I was just like, they just don't know. Just don't know. Yes. It was y'all were definitely a motivation. So I thank you for that. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you. Well, that's what we're here to talk about. Look, y'all.
Right.
She good about people, y'all. She interview people too. So look, she may be flipping. But let me ask you, so you have been diagnosed, I think we talked on the ADHD, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
When were you diagnosed? How did it come about? And things like that.
I'm gonna tell you something that's funny. When you hear about ADHD, you think about little bad kids. That's what automatically pops in my mind. You know, you're thinking about kids and sit down, they take the medicine. You know, that's what you hear all the time. But ADHD is not just that. You know, just to really get to know what it is and really educate yourself. You know, there are different forms of mental illnesses that people can't see. You know, they're not visible to the eye, and people can function, you know, with mental illnesses, and you don't have to be quote unquote crazy to have a mental illness. And so it wasn't until one day I was working at the workforce, and you know, I was very overwhelmed with work, and you know, departments were shorthanded and things of that nature. And so I took off one day and I went to go get. We have this thing at work called the EAP, which is Employee Assistance Line. And so just had so happened to call the number, and they told me that I could get some free sessions, free counseling sessions. And you know, it's very, very uncommon for Black families or Black people to get counseling. You know, that was very taboo back in the day. Whatever happened, don't talk about it. Just sweep it up under the rug. You know, it's okay. But I went to go get. I took up the counseling. I went to a therapist, and I was able to talk to her. And I'm gonna tell you something. Being able to talk to her, just to talk to her, talk to somebody who was unbiased about me, didn't know me, about the things that I was going through, the people who I knew. It was just refreshing. You know, it was very refreshing to you know, for it to be different than what you hear. Well, you don't need no counseling. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. That's ain't nothing wrong with you. You know, nobody ever knows, you know, what's behind a smile. Nobody ever knows what you go through if you don't let them in, because like I said, our mental illnesses are not visible to the eye. Everybody that has a mental illness is, and I'm not call it a mental illness, but a mental health issue is not crazy, you know, because I know I'm far from crazy, but I do suffer, you know, and I have suffered from depression. I've suffered from anxiety. I've suffered from just not being able to focus, lack of focus and things of that nature. And so when I went to talk with the therapist, she did diagnose me with ADHD because of my lack of focus. You know, I would start all these projects. I would have all these things to do at work, and I would start one, you know, and then before I could even finish that one, I'm starting another one, you know, and then I'm starting another one. And next thing you know, I have all these projects started but not finished, you know, and that was my lack of focus. And so I didn't know where that came from. But she was able to, you know, educate me and talk to me and give me some coping mechanisms that I could use in order to first be aware of what I was going through. Because I never forget, one day I was going down 67. And for those of y'all that are not from Dallas, it's a freeway here. I was going down 67 and I was in the car by myself. And I swear somebody just reached around me and just put their hands on my throat. And I could not breathe. It was like somebody was choking me and I could not breathe. And my heart started palpitating and things of that nature. And so I exited because I was right by a hospital. So I exited and I went into the hospital emergency room because I didn't know what was going on. But as soon as I got to the emergency room, it stopped. It just went away. And so I didn't know it then, but I later learned that I was having anxiety attacks. And that was what that was. And so when I was able to talk to my therapist, she, like I said, she gave me some coping mechanisms. She made me aware of what I was going through and what was happening and things of that nature. And, you know, it, like I said, not me, you know, that couldn't be me. You know, I'm well put together. People, when they see me, I'm well put together. You know, I present myself very well, but, you know, behind closed doors, like I said, you never know what people go through, what people suffer through, because people only let you know what they want you to know.
Yes.
And I was diagnosed probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And I still do suffer, you know, sometimes from depression. I still do suffer from anxiety, but now I am aware of when it happens. I know, you know, what to do or what I need to do or what my triggers are, you know, or what I need to do to maintain what I'm going through. So the best thing that I have learned for myself to cope is to walk. I started hiking probably about a year ago, and that being one with nature just really did something to me. You know, it just really serene. It was really relaxing. It was really just a breath of fresh air. It was something that I needed to do. You know, not only does it make me feel good because I was exercising, but for my mental capacity, you know, I was able to go out there and meditate. And a lot of people don't know. We don't. I'm speaking for myself. It's like you just said. I'm always trying to look out for the next person to make sure they're okay. And a lot of times we put ourselves on a back burner because we're often, you know, caretakers for other people or trying to make sure that everybody else is comfortable, to where you don't even realize that you know you have to take some me time too, because if you don't take care of number one, how are you gonna take care of number two?
Exactly.
So sometimes you just have to learn how to stop. Sometimes you have to learn how to say no. Sometimes you have to learn how to just stay put. I don't have to go out all the time. Sometimes I need that time for me, you know. And if you have friends that may be withdrawn, you know, make sure you check on them. But sometimes people need that. They need me time. I just need to be alone to recharge, you know. And I know, speaking from experience myself, I like to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm alone, I like to meditate. I like to recharge. I like to just, you know, whatever I need to do to get over what I'm going through.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go ahead and start getting into these comments. Let's see real quick. So we got Amy Onesies. A lot of children with ADHD suffer from digital addiction, and our friends set up a program to help young people with digital addiction and digital literacy. Okay,
I
that's
think that is
nice.
very important. When I was going to Eastfield, I was taking communications, mass communications, and that was my first time ever. I think that class nearby killed me, but it was. I think everybody should take that class or some type of media literacy, because media literacy is very important, especially for children, because media can suck you in, and especially children, they don't know how to differentiate what's real and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we spend a lot of time on digital devices, computers, cell phones, televisions, and things of that nature. Sometimes it takes you to have to disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
So yes,
And let
that
me ask you, do
program.
you feel that we do you feel as though that comes from them just always being in this? So the reason why they suffer from is because this is what they always have in front of them. Like when I see kids, like I know kids right to this day, they always in their phone. When I see them, and then if let the newest whatever young chopper NLE chop whatever that boy name is, come on, they gonna know they gonna know every lyric. But let me ask you, do you know a gospel song? They not gonna know a thing. Can you tell me what's 2 times 2? They not gonna know. And I think that's kind of I think that we got to work on that
We
as a
have to work
generation.
on it. And it's very
As
common for you to come to the, you know, we don't eat at the table as a family anymore. We don't have those conversations. You know, everybody is looking down all the time on their phones or on the computers or something, like, you know, this interaction, you know, social interaction is just it's not like it used to be, you know.
it's not.
Everything is through an email or through a text, you know,
Mm.
or through inbox and stuff like that. And so parents, if you can, you know, take some time out with your children, instead of just shoving that tablet in front of them and, you know, letting that be their babysitter,
Oh,
because
I got a challenge.
media literacy is very, very important.
I got a challenge, and it's actually how it works. So when I was growing up, a friend of mine, we would go down home to to the country area, or anytime we were all get together and we're out to eat. We all had to put our phones in the middle of the table. Whoever grabbed it, you paid for dinner.
I'm, I'm, I'm going
You
to Miami this weekend, so we're gonna do that. I'm okay. I like that challenge. Put your
yeah,
phone in the
and
middle.
yeah, and what it did is it made you have to communicate. Because if you touch your phone, you're the one that's responsible for everybody's. bill. Now I don't know if
Yes.
it's everybody bill that you pay, but I added on. You touch it, you pay for everybody's bill. But
Yes.
I just think we got to get back to the point where we do come back to the table. I don't even think people buy dining room tables anymore because it's just eat in your room.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but if we got back to just the basics of just sitting at the table, a lot more things would be different for some people.
And
Let's
it, we have to start with small goals. Even if you can't do it every day, do it. Start with Sunday, Sunday
mhm,
dinner. No,
yeah,
start
Sunday dinner.
small.
There's nothing go wrong with Sunday dinner. That's when everybody over. You gotta sit down anyway and eat. It ain't gotta
Right.
be every day, but that Sunday dinner, let that be your once a week.
Yes.
Let's see. So Miss Gendia Blunt, she was actually on the show a couple of weeks ago. She said, I can really relate to starting and not finishing stuff. Yes. Let's see. She said, oh, you were having a panic attack. Yes, listen.
Yes.
Them are the worst. Oh, okay. She was referencing, so you like to hike and she likes to swim. I
I
think,
love to swim too. I love to swim.
and see,
That's another.
I've been wanting to go hiking. Um, you know how you get this feeling like I think people who have certain diagnoses as me would know this feeling, but you know how you have this feeling of if I just get there, I know that feeling that I get will be released.
Mhm.
That's how I feel about the mountains. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Like when I went to Colorado, I was like, whew, if I just get to the mountains. And of course I didn't. I got close to them. Like we drove
Mhm.
in them, but I wanted to hike in them, and really be in the mountains and stuff like that. But
But we're gonna have to get together because it's a mountain right here in Cedar Hill
yeah,
that we go to. And like I said, if you can't do every day, try once a week, once a month, once every other week. Start small.
well,
Start
look,
small.
definitely not gonna be hitting you up because I need somebody I can go with, and I like
Yeah.
the mountains. It'd be nice. I like to be able to try something new, and I think swimming and all of those are good. I just want to try something new, something I've never done before, experience something that's out of the norm.
And
So
even if
let
you
me.
can't get to the mountain, you can try walking around the park, local park, or your apartments, or your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now I've been walking around like the apartment complex, and that helps. When you just walk, people don't understand just walking and breathing. I started having silent
Breathe.
attacks. My attacks went from being very where you could actually tell I'm having an anxiety attack, where I could tell you, hey, I'm experiencing something. Sometimes they come on and it's like, what is this? Like it's so silent when they happen now, and it's trying to learn
Yes.
how to cope with it and learn how to move forward. And when I recognize it, I that's what I do. I go walk. I try to
Mhm.
breathe. I'm not gonna lie. I smoke. I done told y'all before. Whatever will help me relax is what I do. Honestly, honestly. But look, since do you mind if we talk on that? I would like to know what are your thoughts on that. What is your take behind marijuana? Are you able to talk on that?
Hey, more power to you. If you ain't killing, as long as you ain't killing nobody, it's from the earth. You know, so each his
We
own.
had more people to say it's from the earth and not from
Each his own. You
each of.
know,
So let
it's
me ask
about to be legalized in a lot of states if it's not already anyway. So and
I mean,
they use it for
also,
medicinal purposes also. You don't see them using alcohol for medicinal purposes or crack for medicinal purposes, but they do use marijuana, THC, for medicinal purposes. So I don't see anything wrong with it.
I wish we could get on board here and just like I know at one point Austin was talking on it being legalized for like people with epilepsy, like the basic of what it is for in most states. But I didn't hear anything else. I don't know if that ever processed through, but I know it wasn't if you inhaled it. It was more of an oil or something like that. But
Hmm.
it's like you said, they have all these different kinds in relation to marijuana, but you don't see this with crack. You don't see this with heroin. You don't see this with, other drugs that you see. But however, if you look at a pharmaceutical standpoint, you got every different type of back pain. There, you got every different type of headache pain and mental health pain there is. So, and medication there is. You have all those different kinds. So to me, it's just like we might as well make it legal. Add it to the list of things that are already aboard. And hey, let's.
Those and some of those actual prescription drugs are narcotics. You have to be careful on taking them. That's why you have to be prescribed by a doctor and you have to be watched by a doctor because they can be addictive.
Mm-hmm. And people don't realize how quickly you can get addicted to them. I've never been on Prozac, but I've heard a lot of people tell me how quickly they get addicted to Prozac. I've taken hydrocodone, but I cannot get addicted to that. I take it for when my back hurts the most, and that's it. Other than that, I will take 3 gabapentins and be happy with my gabapentins because at least I know I can stay up with it. I take a hydro, I'm out for at least a good 8 hours.
They make me sick, so I just tell the doctor if I ever in that much pain, I can't take those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets like that. So since 6 years ago, how have things been for you? How have just coping on a daily or not? Well, we already talked over that, but just being able to let people. Do you feel like you changed, or perhaps not? I hate saying changed, but do
Well,
you?
no, change is inevitable because things are always changing. If it's not changing, it's going to be extinct. So yes, change. I have changed. It's like the butterfly effect. You're constantly trying. You should be constantly trying to evolve and better yourself. So with that being said, yes, I do feel like I've changed because I'm aware of things that happen now. I'm more aware of what I need to do. I'm more aware of my triggers. I'm more aware of things that I don't need to be doing or people who I don't need to be around that may trigger some things that may go on. So yes, I have changed. People may say I have changed because I don't do some of the things that I used to do anymore that may trigger, an anxiety attack or may trigger depression or may trigger, me feeling some type of way other than positive.
Yeah, I get that. So outside of all of this, because you recently snuck up and told me you got a business going.
New business.
New business. Look, I wasn't ready for the new business. I was thinking you're gonna be telling me, "Oh yeah, we popping out, we doing it." Now you was like, "No, I got a new business." So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the new business? For those who don't know, I'm gonna let you take over. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. So I have a new business on top of the other ones that I just told you about. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all I'm a certified public notary as well. So if
Yeah,
y'all
I
are
told
not
you I
following me,
like motivation. Motivation. This woman done had multiple jobs since I met her. Hustle on 1,000. Talk about straight hustle where you got to get it from. This woman right
thank
here.
you,
Come on
thank
with
you.
it. Tell us about
But
the
my
business.
new business is called, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's called Under the Covers. Under THA covers, underthecovers.com. I sell quality 2100 thread count Egyptian cotton sheet sets, all colors, all sizes, fluffy plush blankets, comforter sets, all types of bedding sheets and accessories. And I am working on my website right now. But if you go to underthecovers.com and sign up, you can sign up to get a 15% off of your first order. And I've been doing my sheet business probably about maybe a little bit over 6 months, but I was doing it out of my trunk, out of my house, making local deliveries. But now, again, as we talked about, I'm ready to evolve and I'm ready to take this. I want Under the Covers to be an international household name. I'm speaking that into existence right now.
It will.
International household name brand. My sheets will be on everybody's bed. Okay, we got you covered. Underthecovers.com. Y'all make sure y'all go sign up for the 15% off. And as soon as the website launches, y'all will get an email and you'll be able to use that 15% off code. So I'm very excited about moving my home-based business to online.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you
I
very
cannot
much.
wait. I'll definitely make sure that I'm signed up because as soon as you go live, I gotta make sure that I do have the sheets and more for my
Yes,
place. Just lace it
dude.
up.
As I said, I got all colors. All colors. And also, y'all can follow Under the Covers Bedding Sheets and Accessories on Facebook and also on Instagram at Under the Covers Shop. So make sure y'all follow, share, tell a friend and tell a friend. It's going down.
Yeah.
I have all those sheets, masks, designer face masks, all kind of stuff on there. So anything you need to make your sleeping experience a pleasurable.
And watch.
The
sheets.
Yes, ma'am.
So Miss Karen, oh y'all, listen, Nikki, when you get a chance, you gotta go check out Daddy Bob's Catfish. Okay,
where is that?
They're located in Garland.
Okay.
They're located in Garland, but the owner, she came in. Thank you for coming by, Kelly J TV and watching. I appreciate. Look, this is the support across board. I always shout them out.
Yes.
Look, now they here supporting me, so I thank y'all for that. But she says, I like to just relax my brain every now. Try not to think about tomorrow or next week. Just sit back and relax and enjoy the moment.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes our brain go 100 miles per minute. Even when we sleeping, it never cuts off. And we can be thinking about, just like me, I have so much going on in the month of June. I'm about to be I don't want to say granny. Because do I look like a granny? No.
No.
So I still haven't decided what name I'm going to call myself. I don't know yet. So I may do
grandmas, you got, well, not Mimi's. You got not Nanas. Grandmas. They seem like the running names right now.
I don't like that, but they sound too much like grandma. No, because I'm too cute to be a granny, a grandma.
You got
I am, but I just don't want to be called it. So I'm trying to. I might do a contest on my page to see what my name should be for my new grandbaby girl. And then my youngest daughter, she's graduating in June. Both of my oldest daughters, their birthdays are in June, and then my middle daughter, she graduates with her degree in June, and then my daughter, she may not make it to July to have her baby. So it's just a lot going on. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. How
do you manage? Like, you have all of that. You're still trying to run a business and make sure your mental stays intact. How? That's always people's number one question with me. How do I do it? I still can't answer that. I'll be able to let y'all know one day, but maybe Miss Nikki can share some insight on how she does it. How do you do it?
A lot of prayer, a lot of support from my friends, my family. The support goes a long way. Whether it's physical support, emotional support. It goes a long way. So in grace of God, I cannot leave him out. He's first.
Amen. Well, Miss Nikki, I want to thank you for coming by Kelly J TV. I'm so honored to have you here.
Thank you, and I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you.
Thank you. Look, I come a long way. I come from a little girl walking up the office and just trying to get my high school diploma.
Yes. And for those of y'all who don't know, when I first started Promo Chicks, Jessica was one of our very own Promo Chicks on our team. So y'all stay tuned for some events that are coming up with Hip Hop for Hope and Promo Chicks, and make sure y'all follow underthecovers.com, Under the Covers Bedding Sheets and Accessories on Facebook, and Under the Covers Shop on Instagram.
Y'all see, listen, you want to be a co-host one day? I got some specials coming up. We're gonna have to talk on you being. We're gonna
talk. I told you we're gonna talk about some things, and I want to let you in on some things too. I had a radio show for 3 years, so
wow.
Yeah. And I also work at the radio station too, the local radio station 97.9 and 94.5. I just.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and end it. We're gonna go ahead and end it here, Miss Nikki. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
First, I'm ready for this baby to get here because I love babies. But congratulations to your kids. Congratulations to you. Y'all make sure that y'all are following Miss Nikki. All her information will be in the description below. I am honored once again for everybody who came through and supported. Let's see. Yeah, you ladies rock. Keep doing what you do. We'll follow on the bed. And yes, make sure you do follow. And y'all, without further ado, this is your girl Kelly J, and I'm saying peace. Love y'all and good night.